Getting born in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a copper and her mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she was swinging a hammer. Price you gotta pay when you break the panorama. She never knew that there was anything more than gold. What in the world does your company take me for?
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got spot on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing we will rock you, singing we will rock you.
Aw, shit. We will rock you, that's for damn sure. It's Friday, motherfucker. So,
Yeah.
that weatherman out there still looking for some shit. Ain't found shit.
No.
You need to cross the fucking river, motherfucker. We
Oh,
got
shit.
we got all the tornadoes over here. We don't want them, but you know. But if that's your job, that's how you support your family is to spot to be a narc and spot narc on a tornado. You know?
Tornado.
Oh shit.
Ellie narcs on everybody else. Might as well narc on the tornado.
No shit, right? He does narc on everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, and 96.1 styling, thanks you.
Exactly.
Thanks for being a narc. Narking on tornadoes. You narking on Mother Nature. I see it. I see it. I see it coming. Time to load up the Chevette. They're going to have to pull that fucking Chevette behind something else.
Pulling it behind a John Deere lawnmower.
Oh, shit.
Gotta take it. It's got the equipment in it. What? My cell phone?
You know, my thing is, you know, you get on those backcountry roads, those fucking Obama phones don't work. So I don't know how
I
you're.
know.
We got to get back into coverage. We got to steal some Wi-Fi.
Find a McDonald's.
Do what?
Find a McDonald's. We gotta steal their Wi-Fi.
That's probably what he does.
Probably does.
He's smart like that, you know?
Yep. You can pull into a McDonald's, pull right by the building, and catch their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what he'll do. You know?
Yep. I've known people that have done it. It works.
So.
Maybe he's got a new car by now.
Bullshit. The state ain't gave him that kind of money. Yeah.
He found out and got the church to give him a car.
I don't think he's resorted to God yet, but you know, I don't know. He's been gone for a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a year now. Yeah, we terminated his ass a year ago. But we haven't had any recent activity out of O'Shamwell, the weatherman.
I think he got mad when he tried to report us and it didn't work.
You know that pissed him off.
Mm-hmm.
Report us to the FCC, and next thing you know, we got call letters.
Yeah.
How's this motherfucker keep winning? We were perfectly happy being syndicated and being digital radio. You know, we weren't looking to work with the FCC until you narked on us.
Yeah.
And when they come in and found out what you said was bullshit, and then offered us a deal, and then as the guy was leaving, he mumbled your fucking email, and I knew it was you who reported us.
Yep.
Okay, he didn't directly tell us who did it.
No.
He just kind of turned and he said, hey, does the email blah, 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 blah mean anything to you? And I said, I know that email. And he goes, yeah, we'll leave it at that. And he shook my hand and said, have a nice day, sir. I said, I'll see you. And I was more Godspeed to get back in the building. You know, like, have a nice day. Yeah, you don't fuck around with the federal government.
No.
You know, but we weren't doing anything wrong.
Nope.
You know, so we got reported for pirating music. So basically what that means is this dumb fuck who used to work for us, who got fired, and then he lost his welfare, you know, old dirty bastard style. Because we're not going to lie to the state, you know, we didn't know he was on welfare. He got upset and tried to attack us a bunch of times, and he actually got our Alexa shut down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can ask Alexa to play Styling Radio and it'll play it. He got that shut down. We had to have that fixed. And then, out of all the little bullshit he did, you know, guess what? It didn't work. And he's like, I'm going to drop a dime. I'm going to drop a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't drop a dime no more, man. It's like $1.50, you know? Fucking, on your prepaid fucking Obama phone that you're stealing the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Yeah. Gonna write me a letter. So listen here, fucking Karen, okay? It didn't work out for you, and I think he's pissed. Because if you think about it, he hasn't done shit since.
No.
But I know you enjoy us talking about you and your bullshit fucking weather job. I'm a weather spotter. It's sunny.
He's a weather bitch.
Yeah. Whatever. Fucking. He ain't partying like us.
Nope.
I know he's not happy that Show World's coming back.
Right.
You know? And bitch, we looking at doing shows in your area.
Except we need to crash one of his local car shows.
We need you. About 30 of us from Many Persuasions all roll in.
I'll just roll in and see the look on his face. Like, what's up?
Nah, he'd be cool in person.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey,
Like,
how you been?
But you know, it's inside, you'd be like, oh, fuck.
If you see me in public and I'm nice, and I got beef with you, you better start fucking planning to move. Don't worry about me. Other bad shit could happen. And that's not a threat. I mean,
You'd have an accident.
yeah, people run stop signs all the time and run into shit. I don't know.
Like, you hit by a bus, fuck, I don't know.
The bus has got a route, you know, it stops there
Yeah.
all the time. Just because you were standing in the way for some weird fucking reason.
Yeah. I don't know why the fuck he's in the road.
You know, there's a lot of lakes in southern Illinois that's got concrete shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear.
So I'm told.
What I be hearing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Better be glad my fucking goddamn godfather's not a funeral director anymore. I shouldn't say that, but Jimmy's met my godfather, so.
Yeah. That's what he said.
I keep thinking about fucking that scene in Mobland where there was two people in a casket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure that's happened quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a smart fucking move, you know, who's going to dig up that?
Exactly.
They did on the show, but they got tipped off, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
That's probably where Hoppa's at in somebody else's grave. With him.
It could be. It could be. I still think Hoffa is in that fucking stadium. I think that rumor.
Concrete.
I think
Yep.
that rumor's true. I think.
Yeah.
I think if they tear down that fucking stadium,
They're gonna find him one of these days.
they're gonna find him.
Boom. Yep.
They're gonna find something. It's gonna be like the fucking Iceman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they could have melted him in some fucking acid
Mm-hmm. There were steel plants up there.
and
They could have put him in a fucking steel.
yeah. I mean, they could have melted him in acid, took
Kept
that
putting him in
shit,
a concrete truck.
took that shit and put it in a bag and dropped it in the cement truck. And the cement, you know, I mean, you know, they need to DNA test that concrete, you know, like.
Oh, if you put a whole body in a concrete truck and let it be for 15 minutes, there's no body.
Really?
There's DNA, but there's no body. Not anymore.
Hmm.
Between the weight of the concrete and the spinning, yeah, there ain't nothing left. You might have some colored concrete, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, you know.
Yup.
But there were tons of concrete poured in that support, so
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know.
And the Teamsters were hauling concrete.
I think what they did, I think they put his body in acid. And that they put in a big Ziploc bag.
Hmm.
And when they were dropping the concrete into that section, they dropped that bag in there.
Probably.
And with the heat of the concrete and everything, you know, it busted the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably just washed everything in. I think, personally, that's what they did.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Then again, maybe the mob fucking got a hold of some aliens and they took them somewhere else, you know? That's another theory. Let's not even get started on... I'm not a conspiracy theory person, but... I've seen some conspiracy theories about Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, yeah.
When you're on Ancient Aliens, fucking goddamn, you know, it's like, say, what? The mob brokered a deal with the fucking aliens. Well, fuck, that don't surprise me. They run everything else.
Yeah, they're in everything else.
You know, shit. You know, what you do, you know? What you gonna do?
They really meant it when they said he had to leave town.
You gotta leave the fucking planet.
Yeah.
You out of here, bitch.
You're out of here, motherfucker, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but if you really watch the story about him, it's an interesting story. I mean, he pissed off a lot of fucking people. But then,
Oh, he did.
and then when he was in jail, he pissed off more fucking people. Then he got out, and they were like, okay, we'll just let this motherfucker be. And nah, he couldn't shut his fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
He had it coming.
yeah.
He just kept pushing.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what. The one urban story that I wish that they could figure out, but maybe it's good that it's not, they can't figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
is D.B. Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is an American legend that he got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm pretty sure they know it's the one guy, and they just can't. They can prove it, but they can't prove it.
Right.
And when that guy died, he admitted that he's the one who did it, but
Yeah.
they still can't prove it.
Yeah, they had no proof that he actually did it.
You know?
Yup.
But it really fucked shit up when he fucked with him and that kid found all that money.
I know.
You know, so I don't know. But what's crazy is the stewardess, you know, they were like, he was extremely politeful.
Yeah.
And he told them look, I'm not here to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know?
Doing the job.
Yeah, it's business, it ain't personal.
Yeah.
And he did tell her, you look very nice today.
Yup.
You know, so. He jumped off back of the plane. He had somewhere to be.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go.
Yeah, they dropped that motherfucker right over Vegas, man. That's where he was in there gambling with that money 30 minutes later. That's not where they dropped him, but, you know. I think that's where they were heading. I don't know, I have to look up the route again, but yeah, I mean.
He was getting out over mountains, didn't he?
It was a rural area where they.
It was like Oregon or some fucking
Yeah,
place.
some
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Trying to remember.
Yeah, I saw fucking some goddamn thing that they were trying to say Jack the Ripper and D.B. Cooper was the same person.
No.
Huh. Jack the Ripper
A
was like...
lot of difference in age.
Jack the Ripper was like in the fucking 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like...
But Jack the Ripper's even too farther back than that, wasn't he?
I don't know. Let me look up what it is. Maybe it was the 1800s.
I thought he was in the 1800s.
Hold on. We'll just go to Google.
Yep.
Okay, so... No, I was right. It was in the 20s and the 30s.
Hmm.
Oh, hold on. No, it says he was likely in his 20s or 30s.
Mm.
Alright, here's a whole fucking story about it. Let's see if you're right. Oh, no, you are right. It was from 1888 to 1891.
That's what I thought. It was late 1800s, I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. It was 1888 to 1889. Or 18...
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. 1888 through 1891.
Mm-hmm.
5 mutilations. However, in the 20s and 30s, a very similar thing happened.
Huh.
But see, that's what they're saying. In 1888, they were saying he was in his 20s or 30s. So it could have been the second round was, it could have been him. They don't think it was a copycat, but then again, they don't know. But the one thing that Expedition Unknown did, and some shit they uncovered, they're pretty sure it was an American businessman that sold doctoring surgical stuff.
Dr. Wise, yeah.
Yep. And he was from the States. Because some of the shit I remember seeing, because you got to take a boat. You don't fly over there. You take a boat, and that takes fucking forever, right?
Yep.
A couple of weeks. And it makes sense of what they're showed, but we don't know.
Right.
So, but no, they never did catch Jack the Ripper.
No.
You know, they think they know, but who they did catch, but they think was in conjunction with it, the murder house. Remember, all the victims were murdered. You went in and you never left that hotel.
Yeah.
They think that guy could have been Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
So, you know, they don't know. There's a lot of fucking I don't knows about this.
Yeah.
But whoever did it was very surgical.
Yeah.
I do believe it was somebody from a different country. It may not have been the United States. Hell, there was one they thought it was from Canada.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, this thing goes on and on and on and on and on. 19th century, Jack the Ripper. Year 2000's Jack the Ripper. In the 2000s, that was a copycat, okay?
Oh, yeah.
That was some internet copycat.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if they caught that motherfucker either.
I don't think so.
Because I think that person, they got DNA, but they got DNA and it was a person from like Czechoslovakia or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a second DNA that was from Transylvania. So, I don't know. They got to handle their shit, you know?
Yep.
Hard to fucking say. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's American folklore.
Yep.
You know?
And I watch and read all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't always believe it, but I always have to hear it and see it, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Some of you're like, yeah, it could be, and some of you're like, no.
Well, and here's the problem. Back then, there were so many different stories, you know?
Yeah.
And so, it wasn't like nowadays, where they've got the manifest that Christopher Columbus never come to the United States. He's seen the United States, but he never set foot on it.
Right.
And it even said in his bylogs that they wouldn't because of the natives or animals.
Right.
And they were into fucking eating people.
Yeah.
So they never set foot, you know. It ain't like they had to stop and get gas. They were using the fucking wind. And, you know, they had to stay away from the shore, you know, I don't know, 50 miles or so they could fucking catch the wind to come back up, you know. So, it's just like this shit. And I know this... Yeah, fucking, I'm gonna say. It's just like this whole shit with Hitler killed all the fucking Jews and... No. They had the plague. It's starting to come out.
They killed the sick people.
They killed the sick people. Now, a lot of those were Jews, okay? So, it was people that were against what they were doing or being troublemakers or refused to be in the war.
Yep.
You know, so... You can look at it however you want to look at it, but foreign countries listen to this station, and they know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, just like all this slavery shit. The ones that should be pissed off is the China people. That's the ones who should be pissed. Not the African Americans. I mean, it was a whole thing to skip Ellis Island and be auctioned off for labor.
Yep.
No, it's slave labor. No, it's labor. They had a contract. After that contract was done, they were free to go. A lot of them didn't want to leave. But they beat Toby. I'm sure some motherfuckers got beat for some fucking weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Well, they were impregnating the black women. Well, the black motherfuckers were impregnating the white girls. It happens to today.
Yeah.
Before too long, we're all going to be a bunch of grays. So, get over it. You know, the other thing... Man, I didn't even want to get on my Friday and get on this fucking rant and rave, but I am so sick of people tearing fucking monuments down.
I know.
It's like, what the fuck did the monument do to you? It's racist.
No, it's history.
To who?
Yeah, it's history.
You know?
It happened. Whether it was racist or not, it still happened.
It's like the shit with the Confederate flag. That motherfucking flag did not get in until the last 2 weeks of the fucking war. You know, it represents slavery. No, it don't. It represents Southern pride.
But you know what hurt the rebel flag? The KKK started flying it.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's what hurt the American flag or the rebel flag.
Yeah.
Because they associate it with the KKK now because the KKK flew it.
Oh, I know.
They're the ones that ruined that.
You know, I got a pen on my desk. Hold on, let me pull this out. Okay. This is Trinity Properties, right? Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, some fucking place overseas, Kansas City, St. Louis, right? If you look at their fucking Trinity... I'm gonna throw this pencil at you. Hold on. You see that? Look at their fucking logo. Don't that look like the KKK logo?
Check this out.
See the cross on it?
Oh, shit.
I know, right? And this was just sitting on my desk. You know, I'm just like, you know.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like a shield of armor, but then it has a cross on it with a circle around it. It fucking looks like something from the KKK. Yeah, and that's from Trinity Properties. So
maybe they're members.
Maybe they're members.
A lot of members around here, I know that.
Well, they're from Florida, so long-time member and supporter. So, you know, the KKK has got a podcast radio station.
Do they really now?
Yeah, it's based. It's not far from here. It's in their world headquarters is down there in Farmington, Missouri. I'm gonna see if I can become a guest on their show. we had to have them on our show sometime.
Yeah.
They don't hate all black people. I mean, they were in St. Louis in the projects giving out fucking water and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't dressed up like that, but they had their, affiliation on their shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when that fucking thing happened over at fucking U City, they were out there giving out water. Would they give them water and cereal and stuff?
Yeah.
But they sure fucking hate Mexicans right now.
Oh, they do.
Speaking of that, so I was driving the other day. I was on 64. And it said that here comes a town. I'm not going to say what town it was. And there was a sign, and it said, indication there was fuel at this next area.
Right.
And underneath it, it was in Spanish.
Yeah, fuck the hell.
No English said gas or anything, just in Spanish.
Yeah.
Fuel ace, or whatever the fuck Spanish word for it is.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
That must be what Trump's trying to get rid of.
It is.
So, but see, I talked to a couple trucking companies.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is how they get away with it is if they have a CDL in their country, then we're like, oh, you have a CDL, we can give you a job.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. There's no American standardization for,
Yep.
And they can't read our signs, but they have a CDL in a foreign country, so they can drive a heavy equipment.
Yeah.
It's fucked
But they're
up.
driving even like the trucks that we drive over here.
Yeah. Yeah, over there, your package shows up, it shows up, motherfucker. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but on that note, guys, we're going right back into music. You're listening to 96.1 Dragon in the Afternoon. We'll be right back.